as our group grows, that we welcome to the Second Amendment rally.
Woo!
I am Patricia Harrold, proud to be the president of the Nebraska Firearm Owners Association and part of this grassroots movement to advance who we are and what we stand for in our communities. This afternoon we're going to start first with the Pledge of Allegiance. So I'd like you all to participate and invite all veterans to salute while we do so. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. So we have some speakers this afternoon, but I wanted to talk first about why we're here. A few weeks ago on social media, there was a call for firearm owners across the nation to gather at their state capitals. Not to protest, not to advocate for a piece of legislation, but simply to show up and demonstrate to their communities that they are part of the community. They are members of our schools, our businesses and organizations. They come from every part of the state. They represent every nation, every creed, every ethnicity, every political persuasion. And that the Second Amendment isn't about politics, it's about our freedom. And so members of the Nebraska Firearm Owners Association decided that we would quickly gather our forces together to try to create a positive session for all of you to join us today. When's the last time you saw a positive news report or article in the paper that put firearms and gun owners in a positive light? We know the answer, it's not often. It's not considered news when a crime is not committed. It's not considered news when someone doesn't die. It's not news when someone wins at a sport that isn't volleyball or football in Nebraska. It's not news when thousands of hours are donated to provide training and education that keeps citizens safe. We don't have a lot of feel-good news. And what does that mean? Well, it means we have a risk of imbalance in the news. The narrative paints and crafts a picture that those outside our community assume is the truth. Those of us within the firearms community, on the other hand, know about all the millions of positive stories that are shared constantly in our conversations on the range or in social media. Whether it's a friend or family member who is grateful that they had their concealed carry permit and avoided a threat, or the latest and greatest hunting experience where you're able to feed your family and your friends in your community with that big deer or elk, or simply sharing with friends and family the enjoyment of competitive shooting or range time. Millions of firearm owners responsibly and legally exercise their right every day, and we're never seen and we're never heard. We came together today with others across the United States to meet at our state capitol to show our nation who we are. We are a diverse, law-abiding community of individuals who make positive contributions to Nebraska's employers, organizations, churches, and communities. We are proud to uphold our traditions of personal responsibility for our own security, to hunt, to shoot, competitively, and for sport. We recognize the fundamental truth of the Second Amendment and how it recognizes that people have a right and a responsibility to hold their government accountable, and maybe even in response to tyranny. We are proud to be gun owners. We are tired though. We're tired of our community and of our name being vilified instead of the individual criminal, the individual murderer or terrorist. We can no longer be passive. We must take an active role in shaping and crafting the attitudes and beliefs and understanding of who we are. We must demonstrate that firearm owners are just like every other citizen and that we believe in the same things. So, the Nebraska Firearm Owners Association and in coalition with other nonprofits related to the Second Amendment will be undertaking a series of initiatives and programs for this effort so that we can positively advocate for the rich tradition of responsible firearm ownership in Nebraska for the purposes of defense, hunting, competition, and sport. And we welcome all of you, liberals, libertarians, constitutionalists, conservatives, the Second Amendment is for all citizens, and we believe that politics should not divide us from our friends and neighbors when it comes to this basic constitutional right. We as Nebraskans have a long and respected history of independence, of courage, and strong family traditions, and we are proud of this tradition, and we care about our communities and fellow citizens, and I hope you will join us in the year's coming projects. Thank you all for coming.